Hello everyone and welcome back to the cavern. Today we have a little bit of a different video. I started recording a paint with me for an owlbear figure that I had, and then things went sort of awry, I guess you could say. So today I'm gonna talk about my two prime tips, I guess you could call them, as an amateur miniature painter. There you got the figure, okay? He looks nice. He's got a couple of deep grooves. I still don't understand why they made owlbears purple anymore, but we're not doing them purple. We were going to go for a brown, but you'll see what happens. When it comes to painting, one thing I want people to keep in mind, and one thing I want to remember moving forward if I ever, for some reason do get a whole bunch of subscribers or viewers, or if I become a bigger channel or something like that, painting's supposed to be fun, okay? You shouldn't feel forced to what you're doing. If all of your friends want you to paint custom PCs for them, take a break. Paint something you want to paint. Even if it's not a monster you'll have in your campaign, if you just like the figure, paint it. If it's something that's not even going to be used in the entire game you're playing. So if you have, if you're in your gaming store and you see a Warhammer figure that looks awesome, but you're never going to play Warhammer, get it and paint it, if you want to, and it's monetarily feasible. I understand Warhammer isn't always nice when it comes to the price tag, but here's fact number one that I think people don't always remember. Sometimes painting isn't fun. Sometimes you're going to try and paint something and it looks horrible and you're going to be really disheartened and it's just not going to go the way you want it to go, and you're going to be peeved, you're going to get angry or disheartened. But here's that tip number two. That's okay. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. It is what it is, and so you can either strip the paint, start over, or try and work with what you do. So you're going to see here I did a cream base, or at least that's what I started to do, and then do an umber over top because I thought that would look good. I thought it would give depth. I thought doing a little bit of wet on wet painting would give it a kind of chocolate feel to it for some of it. And I end up absolutely hating the way that it looks. So I wiped off some of the excess paint. I let it dry, so there was still some of that base coloring in it. And then I end up going over with one of my more auburn colors, my reddish brown I go in there with. And so I guess in the end, this guy ends up looking more like a hawk bear versus an owl bear, I guess you could say. And I'm not super happy with him, but I don't hate him. He's still a usable figure. You can still have him on for your tabletop, and that's okay. I mean, if I really don't like him after a while, you can just go ahead, strip him, paint him again, or just get a whole new figure. And it's fine. Everything's not going to be exactly the way you want it to be. And it's something I have to remind myself of, and something I want to remember in the future. If I ever get to a professional level of painting, not everything's going to go my way, and it's okay. And so that's tip number one. You go watch some tutorials, learn some tips, and if you learn some of those basics on, learning how to properly load a brush and things like that and highlight detail, you might still need to revisit it. It's not going to be perfect at the start. And again, and I'll keep saying it, that's okay. And you can see this is where I start adding that brown in. And I kind of like it, but then it ends up being just a bit too much, After this, I stopped filming. I'm like, nobody's going to want to see this. Why should I show this? Why should I show something that doesn't look good? And that's when I have to remember, I'm not trying to, chase subscribers or add counts or views. I mean, again, it'd be nice, but if I only show you the things that go right, it's going to give you the wrong impression and the wrong idea of miniature painting, and that's not something I want to do. I want to be honest with you guys. So here is where I went over with auburn, added some accents on his wings, and I did a wash with some browns in there. And then we're going to do a little bit of detailing on the face and some dry brushing to give it a bit more of a brown feel versus red. And you'll see that going through. And like I said, he's okay. I don't love him. I might get another one because, I mean, I guess you can't go wrong with having more than one owlbear. You're probably going to run into more than one at once if we're being real. But just sit down, try and have fun painting. And if you're not, ask yourself why. If you're getting frustrated, just take a breather. It's fine to stop for a little bit. You don't have to be cranking out these things like crazy. Unless you're relying on commissions to make money and pay the bills. But if you are, I feel like you're probably not one of those folks watching my channel trying to learn how to do something. So for everybody that is just starting out, or they're just trying to do this for fun, remember, you're trying to do it for fun. Do something you like. Don't be afraid to fix it. And don't be afraid to learn more. I mean, I still watch tutorials even though I have my own channel and yada yada. Like, nobody's better than anybody else. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Just go out there, like I keep saying, have fun, learn from your mistakes. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Maybe I'm sounding a little Bob Rossi here, but I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Go out there, take care of yourselves, and enjoy your painting, because there's no other reason to be doing it.